Okay, I've got with me Michael Starr, the Starr from Steel Panther. First things first, Michael, I want to say congratulations on the new album, Balls Out. I hear it's doing really well.
Thanks, bro. Yeah, it's climbing up the charts, man. We actually debuted number 40 on the Billboard Top 200 albums. Got the number one comedy record 2 weeks in a row out of the gate. Top 40 in Australia, top 40 in Europe. It's kicking ass, man.
That's awesome, brother. I want to talk to you about the album and the current tour in a minute, but first I was wondering if you could give us a quick rundown of the band's history and how it is you arrived at where you are today.
Man, that's a long story, but I'll make it really short.
Okay.
Satchel and I have been friends for a long time. We've known each other for years. We've been in different bands. We've played shows together in different bands. We've not liked each other many times, and then we just ended up joining forces years ago. And but it was back in the day where we got together, we wrote a bunch of songs, tried to get a deal. It just never happened. And then Pearl Jam and Nirvana came out, and we're like, fuck this, and we just decided at that point, you know what, we'll start playing covers. If we're not going to get signed, we're not cutting our hair, and we're not going to change what we love and what we are. All our other friends cut their hair, started wearing, shorts and boots on stage, and we're like, fuck that, dude. We kept rocking, kept stuck to our guns, and we started playing some cover tunes, and we started getting paid for doing this. And it was killer. And then we got to throw in a few originals every now and then, and then we got these regular gigs, and we developed this chemistry between all four of us that was funny and exciting. And then we started doing original, and then we got offered a record deal, and now we're here. Record number 2.
So now you guys played then, in your original bands. I mean, you played the Hollywood circuit back in the 80s. Yeah,
we did it, man. I was kind of late on it, but we did it. I remember showcasing at the Whiskey for I think it was BMG or BMI. I think it's BMG.
Uh-huh.
And the A&R guy comes to me after the show. This, you know what? You guys are an amazing band. If this was 2 years ago, I totally would sign you, but I'm passing.
So that was what year was that? When were you coming into that?
That was 88.
88. Okay. Kind of at the just as things were about to take a turn.
Well, you know how it is when you're everything has so much latency in it. Like, I mean, we finished Balls Out a while ago, and it's finally out,
Uh-huh.
So, they had these acts developed and getting ready to put them out, so they knew that the climate was changing, but they were changing it, actually. But
right. Yeah, they themselves were changing it, the record labels. Not so much the fans. I still argue that there was still, a hell of a lot of life left in metal music when the record companies made an effort or a decision to change directions.
Yeah. I mean, it happened. It happened totally fine. I got to tell you, I'm glad it happened, because if it didn't, you and I wouldn't be talking about Balls Out right now.
So I want to just go through a little bit of your history. Now, you formed Atomic Punks when?
Our first show was February 1994 at FM Station in beautiful North Hollywood.
Let me ask you this. Do you look at yourselves as forefathers to this huge tribute band phenomenon we're seeing now?
Well, I mean, we were definitely, in the front of it. I mean, there was the Doors tribute.
Right.
And there was Sheer Heart Attack when we started.
Queen.
And I forget the name of the Doors one.
There was a few of them, but I know which one you're thinking of. They used to play the Orange County Fair every year.
Yeah, exactly. So there was Sheer Heart Attack, the Queen tribute, and then there was the Doors, and there was always the ABBA one going around. But, other than that, as far as like a rock one, there wasn't. And it was pretty early on. So yeah, I think that once we started making ground and once you start making money doing something, somebody's going to copy your business model eventually.
Now, this might be a stupid question, but you a big David Lee Roth fan?
Yeah, man. That is he's my main influence. I think Van Halen is the reason why we're talking.
Ditto.
I mean, when it's all said and done, that's the whole reason the 80s happened. Everybody back in the day wanted to be Van Halen. Daily Roth, Eddie Van Halen. I mean, it was all the way down to Motley Crue, and everybody wanted to do that.
Yeah, I tell this story on the show all the time, but, 1979, I saw Van Halen at the Forum, and that changed my life forever. I walked away. I shouldn't say walked away. I walked away on clouds that night, just going, man, I know what I want to do now.
Yeah, same here, man. I saw them at the sports arena for Van Halen 3, and I walked away on a cloud, but I was super high from it all.
So, have you ever met Roth?
Yeah, I had dinner with him, actually, at the Rainbow. I brought this girl with me, right? And we're talking, and he's like, yeah, that's pretty cool that you do. And he knew what I did and everything. And it was right when he took our first guitar player, Bart, on tour with him. And so it was me, Bart, my girl, and Daily Roth having dinner at the Rainbow. And it was weird. I thought, okay, I'm finally going to be able to sit down with Daily Roth and really talk to the guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't like that. I sat down with fucking Monkey Hour, dude.
Right.
He was just the same dude he was in the interview. But the only thing different was he wanted to fuck my chick.
Yeah, he's hard to keep up with, man. You need a scorecard to keep up with Dave's conversations.
Yeah, dude, he's fucking quick, and he's funny, and he's witty. And the weird thing that happened, like we're getting dinner's kind of wrapping up, but he just goes, "I'm leaving." He got up and walked. That was it. He's gone.
Oh, he's a funny guy. Now, when you came up with this concept for the band, and I guess it sounds like it was more of an evolutionary process, but where you're at now, I mean, did you see Steel Panther, Metal School, etc.? Did you see that as a parody of an 80s metal band, or is it more of a tribute to that era of music?
We never really even thought about it. We just thought, this is something that's really fun for us to do because we all love metal, and we're getting paid, and it's on a Monday night, and it's so hard to get a gig on a Monday night. It's like, really, a Monday night? I'm
right.
on the Strip at the Viper Room. The Strip, at that point, this is 1999. The Strip was dead, even on Friday and Saturday, and it just happened. We got booked there on a one-off, and we just started joking around and having a good time, and we said, hey, we'll be here every week. And the owner at the time was like, all right, fuck it, let's do it every week. So we started doing it every week, and it organically happened. It wasn't like we sat down and planned it out like, hey, let's do this, And then years down the road, about 4 years into the Viper Room, we started like getting, TV people come in, and they're like, you guys are a great comedy act, and you guys are great comics, and we're like, we're not a comedy act, we're just having fun,
Right.
And that's when we realized, oh, well, maybe we can like work out some stuff that would be really funny, And we started writing stuff and doing it on stage, and it didn't work at all. It was horrible. So we just always have just like said, you know what, let's just do what we do and see what happens. Some shows are killers, some shows are average, but for the most part, they're really fun. To get the record deal, we had no idea that would happen. That's just like the guy, Monty Littman, the president of the label, hit us up and said, hey, let's do this. We're like, no, we don't want to do it, because we were really concerned that they would strip us of our creative control. And he said, no, man, I'll give you 100% creative control all the way to the album liner notes. And it's been that way ever since. And it just happened. It wasn't something that we thought of. Now everything's way more planned out, of course.
Yeah, you got to, I think. So tell us about the album, Balls Out. You got 16 tracks on it. You got a favorite?
Right now, my favorite is a song called Weenie Ride.
Okay.
And it's my favorite because I'm in Philadelphia, driving in New Jersey right now. I'm driving out of Philadelphia, and we did a morning radio show. And it was for a can drive, a food drive for homeless shelters. And we did it for this radio station. And there's a whole mixture of different age groups at our show. And we played Weenie Ride. Sticks comes out on the piano, and it's just me and Sticks. The other two guys are standing there, singing along, and we're singing about a weenie ride, and people just love it, dude. It's a fun song.